Tristan Lamoureux. A dramatic video was released Friday of a courtroom brawl in southern Utah. The county attorney, Scott Garrett, said, "Anytime you have a sentencing like that, the emotions are high, the families are there." However, Garrett, who was in the southern Utah courtroom, said he never expected courtroom chaos. Tristan Lamoureux was sentenced up to 15 years to life in prison for shooting and killing his wife, Misty Lamoureux, several times in the head in 2009. The police went to the couple's apartment in Cedar City to find Lamoureux running from the scene. The victim was found dead in their bathroom. The prosecutors say drugs were involved in the case. They said that Lamoureux was never given an apparent reason for the crime. Moreover, during the emotional sentencing hearing, Misty's brother Jason Wilson was testifying before Judge Westfall about the effect the murder had had on his family. In the video, Wilson can be seen slowly making his way toward Lamoureux as he becomes more emotional. In an orange jail jumpsuit and shackles, Lamoureux is reclined in a chair and rocking, surrounded by court bailiffs and attorneys. Then the bailiffs seem to sense that Wilson is getting emotional and start to step toward him. Jason Wilson ran behind the attorney's table and tried to swing at Lamoureux. However, a deputy tackled Lamoureux to the ground before the victim's brother could take a swing at him. Jason was handcuffed and removed from the courtroom before the judge imposed his sentence on Lamoureux. Wilson was cited for wrong, disorderly conduct. The prosecutor said that they cited him because order needs to be maintained in the courtroom for everyone's safety. Wilson then apologized to the court before being escorted out of the hearing. Jasmine Gordon. The court found multiple problems with John McWilliams' work. Jasmine Gordon was charged with failing to avoid the abuse of her 3-year-old daughter, who died in 2014. The prosecutor said that Jamila died from an infection related to a lacerated pancreas. McWilliams told the jurors that she died of natural causes from a brain defect. However, the appeals court pointed out Thursday that no expert testified to support his theory, with McWilliams telling jurors that he'd present an expert. The court said that Gordon's rights were violated because her lawyer's strategy amounted to no defense at all. McWilliams said that the appeals court decision is embarrassing, but he insisted that he did his best. Gordon was at work when Jamila was hurt by what investigators said was a beating by Clifford Thomas, who was babysitting the child. Thomas was sentenced in 2015 to 57 months to 15 years in prison for the killing. Jerome Boggs. It has been many years since Timothy Blister Cook and his 4-year-old son, Timothy James T.J. Cook, were killed at Cook's home in Whitesburg. After a few days, April Dawn Banks Boggs, who was convicted of knowing her husband, Jerome Boggs, planned to commit the 2 murders and other crimes and did nothing to stop him, will be released from the Otter Creek Correctional Center in Wheelwright. Boggs was scheduled to complete her sentence in September, but was granted release for good behavior as an inmate because the Otter Creek facility is closed to women inmates. The Cook family was notified of the pending release on Monday. Boggs had asked to be released on parole last December, but her request was denied. Upon her release, she will have served 8 and 7 months of her original 14-year sentence. Boggs was found guilty by a Letcher County jury in 2003 of facilitation of the murders, robbery, and conspiracy to traffic less than 8 ounces of marijuana. Jurors determined that Boggs drove her husband to Cook's residence in 2002 when he killed Blister and T.J. Cook, and knowing that her husband had committed the crimes, later drove him away from the crime scene. Mrs. Boggs maintained that she didn't know Jerome Boggs was planning to kill the Cooks and thought he would purchase marijuana when he left the vehicle. She told police that her husband wouldn't let her spend time away from him after the murders. In a letter written to Letcher Commonwealth's attorney Edison Banks in 2010, Boggs requested that Banks consider an early release for her because of the changes at Otter Creek. Boggs said moving to another facility in another state would make it harder for family members to visit her. She said she has a very good institutional record and has been involved in many activities at Otter Creek. Boggs said she had taken every class available at the Wheelwright facility in addition to a paralegal class through the mail. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments section down below. If you found today's video interesting, then be sure to leave us a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be always up to date with the most exciting content as soon as it is uploaded. Thanks for watching. See you again soon in another video.